I don't really keep track of his drummers that often. I usually keep track of his guitarists, bassists, and him himself. But the drums, guitar, and vocals, again, really fantastic, and I like that little, it sounds like an Ebo, almost, like, it probably isn't, but who cares, I'm just being an idiot at this point, but, anyways, this song deserves more attention as well, and, yeah, this is a very good one, it's a must-have on your playlist. Oh god, Born Villain. I love this album, just for the record, I love it to death, but it is harshly underrated. Wait, most people say it's a lot more boring. No, I didn't hear that. Like, every song on this album could be underrated. From Hey Cruel World all the way to his Caddy Simon's You're So Vain cover with Johnny Depp on guitars. Like, any song I could have picked. Like, especially something like Pistol Whipped or Lay Down Your Goddamn Arms or Disengaged, as I said, last time. Hey Cruel World. The only ones I don't really consider as underrated are No Reflection and Slow Motion, but those are only because they're singles. They're more popular because people found them quicker and they're not just lost on the album. So, yeah, I think that Born Villain, you have to listen to it again if you only listened to it once and, like, forgot about it. You have to listen to it again. It's great. It's kind of like a return to Antichrist Superstar, almost. And it just feels so good to listen to, especially Lay Down Your Goddamn Arms. Oh, that riff. And the chorus. But every song on Born Villain, almost every song is underrated on Born Villain. Like, I don't care what you say. Yeah, Born Villain is extremely underrated, and you should give it another chance if you didn't give it a fair chance last time.
Worship my wreck from Pale Emperor.
Alright, the Pale Emperor. Worship My Wreck. Worship My Wreck is a really good song. Again, it's very catchy with the, like, line, can't say I'm breaking the rules if I can't glue them back together. I like that line. My only problem with this song is that it takes a while to start up and it sometimes, like, just goes a bit empty for a moment. And then it goes back to the good feeling. So I can see why this one is underrated, and it's definitely not my favorite on the album. I do like it, it's just not my favorite. My favorites are Killing Strangers Deep Six, Third Day of a 7-Day Binge, and Cuba Carries a Gun, and Mephistopheles of Los Angeles. Anyways, yeah, I feel that I feel that this song deserves more attention. If you don't like it, I understand, because it's a kind of, you know, it's just not really as great. It still feels great. It's just that there's this feeling with it that just doesn't feel as good. I do like the lyrics. Melody's good. Lyrics are good. Again, being repetitive, I don't care. Anyways, on to the next one.
Threats of Romance from Heaven Upside Down.
Threats of Romance from Heaven Upside Down. The last album to feature Geordie White as the bassist on the live performances, unfortunately, and miss him greatly. hopefully he rejoins the band sometime soon. Because I don't know, he was the best Marilyn Manson member. He did great makeup. He played well. He had a great personality. As I said, I don't know. I like him a lot. Threats of Romance. Again, it's a very. It's the last track on the album, and I love that ending where Marilyn Manson is screaming his lungs out, like at the end, like screaming the last line. I just love it. There's so much about it that's great. Definitely not my favorite, but my favorite is Kill For Me. Yeah, so Kill For Me is my favorite, but Threats of Romance is still a great one, and it's probably one of the more memorable tracks on Heaven Upside Down, which is actually one of my least favorite Marilyn Manson albums, along with Eat Me, Drink Me, and surprisingly, Portrait of an American Family. Though I don't really care because, again, we're all individual. But yeah, the Threats of Romance is a great one, and you should give it a listen if you haven't heard it in a while. Lastly, before we get to the bonus, I would like to talk about Paint You With My Love with We Are Chaos. I've seen a lot of hate for this song since the album released. A lot of people say that it's generic, boring, not that great. Though I think it's one of the best songs on the album, personally. Again, like most of We Are Chaos, it's very beautiful and it makes you feel good. And I like the more melodic, mechanical, animals-y feel that this song has. You could say the same for something like Halfway One Step Forward, Solve Coagula, Don't Chase the Dead, or We Are Chaos, but I'd probably say that Paint You With My Love is very underrated, and if you haven't heard it in a while, do it. It is a beautiful song with beautiful melodies, and I love the heavy part at the end. That's a very memorable part. It almost reminds me of his cover of Tainted Love back in 2001, which I love that cover, and if you haven't heard it, listen to it, alright? Alright, now time for the bonus!
Scab guns and peanut butter from Smell Like Children.
Scabs, Guns, and Peanut Butter from the EP, or it's probably an album. It's 50 minutes long. Probably the longest EP in existence, if that's an EP. But yeah, Scabs, Guns, and Peanut Butter is probably one of the only other good songs in quote. It's more kind of a interlude, which it has too many interludes, but this is a pretty good interlude. Where Geordie White he recorded the guitar and his vocals over top, and then he sped it up, and then he reversed it, and then did it regular and fades out. But I don't know, there's something more memorable about it. Maybe because it was on the talk show interview that he appeared on with the band, where he plays it on his tape recorder. Twice, by the way. I like that part of the interview. And yeah, it's just a little fun interlude, kind of like We Are Chaos and Death Because of Death. Death Because of Death is pretty good. I know, there's something cool about Scabs, Guns, and Peanut Butter. Even though it's kind of hard to take seriously, it's kind of funny when you slow it down back to the original speed, but sped up, it sounds pretty good. Like, if it was made a bit more professionally, that could have been a pretty good one as well. Yeah, I don't really understand the hype for Smells Like Children and Portrait of an American Family, but it's pretty good. Anyways, we've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. And here you go. Here's the last little thing. Bye. See you next time.